Guys, here's the thing. Personally, I have an issue with people who know how to switch the tables around, manipulate a situation when you are upset about something, instead of them to, allow you to have your moment. They turn that situation around to be all about them. I have an issue with people like that. Because it's like they just want to be the center of attention. It's like they deprive you of your right to vent, your right to be upset. And that was exactly what happened between Chizoba and Ben last night. I watched that whole situation play out. And, as much as Chizoba, as they say in Pidgin, she gets her own for body. In other words, she can be a handful sometimes. I could totally understand where she was coming from. Yeah, and I'm going to explain. So let's get into this video. I'll explain, I'll give you all the tea, give you all the details. So please make sure you watch to the end. Do not skip out on any part so that you do not miss out on anything, all right? And yeah, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. In other words, please like this video if you are enjoying my content so far, and of course if you enjoy being a part of this community. And please, if you're yet to subscribe, kindly do so. All right, now quickly let's proceed with the details of this conversation. Now, the whole situation revolved around the briefing for the wager task presentation. Big Brother had sent in the brief, yes, for the week's theme and what is expected of the housemates for their presentation on Friday this week. And so it was meant to be a deliberation session. However, Onyeka, who we know enjoys sharing her own ideas, because most of the time she believes her own ideas are actually the best in the house. She had already come up with a storyline. From the little I could pick from all Onyeka was reading, it entailed that the housemates were to, I think, create a fantastical story. Yeah, more like all this superhero story type of thing, yes. And so it was supposed to be an ideation process first, as they normally do, and then they will get into the execution, or maybe preparation process and then execution process, yes. And yeah, that was supposed to be the whole process, right? But then Onyeka had come up with a story which she had shared with the Mbadiwe twins and TJ. And I had seen her sharing that story with these people, and it gave me a source of concern, because at that point in time I was wondering, like, okay, normally when people have ideas for tasks like this, they share it with the whole house, right? So that everybody would either add or contribute or whatever, just refine the idea so that there's something to work with for the task, right? So her now discussing, or rather sharing her story or idea with these persons that are own persons, it sort of gave off the air of she wants them to back her up, so that when she shares this idea with the whole house, then automatically, because they stand as the majority in the house because of their status and influence in the house, everybody else should naturally gravitate towards the idea and accept the idea, more importantly. By the time she was done sharing that idea, TJ had been very, honest with her that the idea seemed kind of cliche, because it sounds like a typical African magic epic type of movie, yes, that they should listen to other people's idea. So Victoria had shared her own idea, people were trying to bring their own ideas, but you could tell that Onyeka was stuck on her own idea. Like, she really wanted her own idea to be accepted, to be implemented for the task. Anyways, they'd called the whole house together in the lounge, and she had shared the idea, and housemates were kind of confused because they didn't understand how the story was. And so the conversation started. They were deliberating, and Chizoba, of course, had her own contributions. She had her own suggestions. Now, it was when she was trying to share hers that Ozzy was sort of shutting her down, telling her, oh, why are you opposing people's idea? So that kind of rubbed off wrongly on Chizoba, because according to her, that was not the first time that Ozzy was doing something like that. That regardless of the fact that they are G's, they are friends, they are besties, they're one big happy family in Big Brother's house, Ozzy has a knack for, constantly shutting her up when she wants to share her own idea. He makes it look like she's on a mission to counter everybody's idea, and that really pissed her off. So that was exactly what had caused her mood last night. She was very upset. But then it turned out that her shipping partner in the house, Ben, could not read the room, could not understand that, listen, this is not the time for you to come and Chizoba, Chizoba. And guys, in case you don't understand what I mean, let me explain. Yeah. So every time Chizoba is upset about something, Ben doesn't know how to give her space to, blow off steam. He's always literally suffocating her with talk, trying to pacify her. And sometimes that is not what she needs. And that was exactly what she told Ben last night. That she has always told him that whenever she's angry, you should at least just give her some space. Let her breathe. Let her vent it all out. Let her just cool off first, other than trying to throw himself at her and trying to talk to her. And most of the time when he's talking to her, it's like he's blaming her for that situation. And it really gets her in the wrong place. So she had told Ben already, give me space. Let me just breathe. Let me just chill. But then that was not the case. And so Ben had done the same thing last night. And that had really ticked her off. So when Ben had come, was rubbing her on the thighs, was telling her calm down, she was like, leave me alone. Let me blow off steam. And automatically, Ben flipped the tables. Ben made it all about him. But the F4 of like, go away, da, da, da. Now, Ben's own upset is that Chizoba embarrassed him in front of people. And she was sort of taken aback, like, okay, how did I embarrass you? We already had this conversation. I told you before, when I am upset, just let me breathe. Just allow me. Because most of the time, when he, in the guise of pacifying her, is sort of shifting the blame to her, regardless of what the other party had done. So she was just over it. So it caused the heated, argument between both of them last night in the garden. She was trying to explain to him that, listen, it's not about you. It's about the fact that I am really upset and I need to get myself together, but you are trying to get in my head. And I am telling you, don't do that. And Ben was like, so you're telling me now that I should not be pacifying you? This is me that come to you. I'm like, dude, which one is, like, can't you listen? And he was just going on and on and on to the point of now quarreling with her. Oh my God, guys. I mean, see, guys, I was livid last night. I was livid because I'm like, I don't understand. What just happened? What just happened? So now you're blaming the victim of that whole situation. Like, shouldn't you be upset with Ozzy, Ben, for upsetting your girlfriend or talking stage or whatever they call themselves in that house? How is this whole thing flipping up on Chizoba all of a sudden? And frankly speaking, guys, it was so annoying to watch because let's not forget that there's also the part where this is not the first time that such a thing is happening to Chizoba. This is not the first time that Chizoba has got an idea or suggestion and she's been shut down. It's like people don't take her serious. But when you look into the matter deeply, you would see that most of the time, Chizoba also comes up with very, very interesting and compelling ideas. Their previous wager task, despite the fact that they lost it, Chizoba's idea stood out. And now it made more sense why, during the entire preparation of last week, she was hiding her own development, idea development process from the whole house, because she did not want anybody to make her feel inferior or feel like she's not good enough. So she had to hide that entire process and then brought her finished work on the last day. So now it made more sense because the way they talked about it, they made it look like, oh, she's just being selfish and self-centered. But now it makes more sense because this is what happens. Everybody in the house feels like, yes, their idea is better. And because for some people, their idea is more accepted than others, when she wants to share, it's like a tug of war. But anyways, she had later had a conversation with Ozzy in the laundry area, and Ozzy, as usual, was being quite defensive, defending himself as to why he had shut her down the way he did, saying that it was all a build-up, that she should have allowed Onyeka, her sister, to go ahead and share her idea. And Chizoba was telling Ozzy that, Ozzy, listen, it's about your tone. It wasn't even about what you said. it was about your tone. We're guys, but it's always about your tone. Still, Ozzy was being defensive that, oh, anytime you don't like what I say, you will say it's about my tone. I'm like, hey, God. Sometimes it's good for people to just stand in front of the mirror, talk, and listen to themselves. Would it even make any difference? Because sometimes people are so used to hearing themselves speak that they don't even know when they sound weird or off, So it was just I felt really bad for Chizoba. But the good thing is, later on, she had a conversation with Ben. And guys, although it was kind of still stressful, trying to explain herself, because it's like you're talking to Ben, it's entering this ear and it's going out of the other ear, but they had actually had a conversation about it and she had fully expressed herself. But ladies and gentlemen, regardless, I felt really bad for Chizoba and more frustrated at Ben, because we know that Ben has this habit of always wanting to talk into people's ears, always wanting to get into your head, and whatever he's got going on with Chizoba, it just looks all, what do they call it now? Is it demonstrative or performative? Yeah, that's the word. It looks so performative, the whole shipping thing, the whole my wife, my girlfriend, my whatnot. And for me, I'm thinking, of what use is this person to you as a girlfriend or as a wife, as you claim, if you lack the ability to listen, to understand? In fact, you don't even listen. You just want to be the one that is heard because you feel like you have a lot more to say. And it doesn't even help matters, because I think from Sunday, they've already had an issue on ground about how Ben treats Anita better than how he treats Chizoba. So ladies and gentlemen, I thought I should do this video to properly explain, because I saw some reactions on social media. People were bashing Chizoba that, oh, she likes getting angry too much. She's an angry person. She gets upset all the time. And I'm like, is it that people don't actually watch the show to really understand, but just to attack? Like, really? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How would you feel when you are upset and then the closest person to you, you try explaining yourself to that person, or you possibly tell that person to just give you space, and then they get really upset, they get really mad at you, and then they flip the table on you? How would you feel? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on another video soon. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day. Bye.